we bring to you former Texas Rangers first baseman Mitch Moreland. Good afternoon, sir.
How's it going, guys?
We're doing great, and hopefully we're going to make your day even better because in addition to the regular show, we also have Derek Holland with us today.
Hi, Mitch.
Oh, hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Didn't you just have surgery?
I sure did. I'm a trooper.
Oh, okay. I'm proud of you, man. I hope everything went well.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Are there any Derek Holland, Mitch Moreland shenanigans stories that you can share with us, knowing that this is a family program, or is that not going to work?
I know he can. There's a few he can't.
There's a few I can't, but a tomato on the TV screen in the back of the plane was a good one.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember that one, Derek.
Was I asleep? No, I was watching. I was watching a movie.
Y'all were playing PlayStation or something on the back of the plane, and we might have been in rare form that night or whatever, but in the middle of the game, they were in like a heated part, and I tossed a slice of tomato right in the middle of the TV screen, and
I do remember.
I think it erupted the group.
So we used to set up a TV in the back. I'd set up the PlayStation. We either play FIFA or play NHL, and yeah, he came back there and just.
Did this cost you then in the game? Do you remember?
I don't remember the exact result, but I know it really upset a lot of the guys. Because obviously we're all having a good time, but it was just at that point, like, this is an intense match. And he just comes back there and he's like, oh, what are you guys doing? Playing games? Right on the tomato right on the screen.
Made for a great story, though.
Was that just to rile them up, or do you kind of think video game playing on the team playing's a little silly?
Oh, no. I mean, just to rile them up a little bit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We were all about doing silly stuff,
Okay, all right. So, Mitch, I don't know if you remember this moment, but we were
speaking of silly.
Yeah,
stuff.
we had a silly moment. We were Kevin and I were out there for spring training, and we would usually show up the last week of spring training. We were the night show at the time, and that was whenever everybody was kind of tired of talking about baseball and just wanted shenanigans. But we parked in what appeared to be Adrian Beltre's spot. And we came in and we were doing an interview with you, and right in the middle of our interview with you, Adrian Beltre walks in and starts calling us out for that. And then he threatened to hit Kevin in the junk with a baseball bat. Yep. So do you remember that moment in time, and would Adrian Beltre have really done that?
I do not remember the moment, but it sounds like something Adrian would do. I 100% think he would hit you.
And that led to a terrifying moment in my life because he asked us about a bet payoff we were going to do with getting hit with a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah.
And the next day he goes, "Did you get hit in the nuts yet?" That is an actual thing that he said. And I said, "No, not yet. It's complicated." And he goes, "It doesn't have to be complicated," and went over and grabbed a bat. And I don't know if I've ever been more scared in my entire life.
Oh yeah, I mean he was down to take care of the bet for you, no doubt.
Well, seeing as how my wife and I have had a child in the meantime, I appreciate that he did not take care of the bet right then and there.
Yeah, I hear you. That always helps.
Mitch, I saw you decided to retire around March, I believe. What have you been up to since then?
Well, I stopped in the middle of cutting grass to take the call, so
hey, thanks for doing that.
That's been a lot of it. Yeah, no problem. I've got my 10-year-old out here yelling at me. He's on the weed eater. So,
are you're falling behind pace right now?
Yeah, he's mad at me. He's like, "You stopped!" Like he wants to get on the mower so I can do the weed eater.
Uh-huh.
I told him, I was like, "If you want those stubs on the PlayStation, then you got to earn them." But yeah, man. Just taking care of the boys, and I've got a daughter too doing gymnastics, so we've pretty much just run a full-time chauffeur business,
Okay,
Mike understands.
I know Mike understands that. I want to get back to that, but I want to ask how you react as a gymnastics parent, because one of my really close cousins is super into it, and I've seen a different side of her at these meets. Are you that parent?
Well, I have no clue what's going on. So whether she does great or awful, I think all of it's great. I'm like, man, I can't get up on that beam and do that kind of stuff. So when I see her doing it, I'm like, hell yeah, And then when it's over, they're like, "Oh, it was an 8.7." I was like, 8.7? Are you kidding? I mean, it kind of bothers me that side of it, but I don't know what I'm looking for. All of it looks great to me. So she's the best gymnast I've ever seen.
Ever walked over to the judges and been like, hey, let's have a talk about that 8-7 here?
They got them roped off away from me.
If you had to do one, Mitch, if you had to do one of the gymnast things, what one do you think you could train and be the best at?
Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, I can really see myself with the ribbons on floor routine like Will Ferrell. You know? I don't know. I don't know. They're pretty tough. I don't know if I can do anything. I think I'll stay in the stands and watch her.
Okay, and that makes sense. And I promise we have other, like, probably serious baseball questions. But do you have a song in mind that would go with your ribbon routine if it came to that?
It's country for sure.
That or an Adele song, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
You know?
I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Well, it just seems right. You know, if you're doing gymnastics floor routine, you got to have some Adele behind you. Yeah.
Mitch, I was curious about this too, because now that you're retired, are you doing any coaching at all or wanting to get into coaching? I know you got your boys as well, but I was curious if you want to do that in general.
So I went to the Red Sox, invited me to spring training to kind of be like a former player type coach and, I don't know, develop type thing. And I really enjoyed it. I was there for 3 or 4 days and made the trips. And, you know, talked to some of the younger guys and helped them, and I loved it. But at the same time, the reason I finished up is and decided to kind of stop playing was to be here for, you know, Crew, who's now 10, and then my youngest is Ledger. He's 5. Both of them are in the middle of ball, and I just felt like I was missing so much with my kids, you know, that it was just time to be a little more present for them and coach them. So I do really enjoy it, love the game, and want to give back to the game. What level? I'm not real sure. You know, this might be a little more serious than what y'all are looking for, but you know, I don't know if it'll be pro ball. I don't know if it'll be college, high school, but I will be. You know, it's all I know, and it's what I love. So I will be around the game.
Well, since you're talking about passing that love down to your boys as they play baseball, we just had Father's Day on Sunday. I was kind of curious the impact that your dad made in the progression of your baseball career.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would have never made it to where I was without my pops. You know, the impact he made. He coached me all the way up, supported me all the way up. You know, I mean, the Derek's met him, you know. He's been around.
He's a beauty.
He's been around the game his whole life with me and just, you know, been a major part of it. And, you know, if I can do half of what he did for me, for my boys, then I'll be, I feel like it'll be a success. But, you know, he was definitely a major impact for me.
Former Rangers first baseman Mitch Moreland joined us here on the K&C Masterpiece for Rangers Throwback, and that is kind of Mike and I were discussing this a little bit yesterday. You were in the World Series with the Rangers, and then let's fast forward a little bit. You end up winning one with Boston. What was the feeling like? Was it different being with them in Boston and having that moment?
Not necessarily. You know, it was my second year away from Texas, and I mean, it feels so long. All of it feels so long ago now, you know, just the way it is. But I was, you know, I was pretty rooted and pretty comfortable in Boston by the time we got there. And obviously, I joined a good team there, and it got even better. You know, 2018, we had a really solid group and great group of guys, and I mean, it reminded me a ton of those, you know, 2010, 2011 teams in Texas. Just, you know, everybody got along, had a blast, and, you know, played the game the right way. And obviously we were super, super talented as well.
Have you been keeping up much at all with the Rangers by any chance? I mean, that's the one thing I'm obviously being back home, I get to talk about them and stuff, but I'm always following along. Are you still keeping tabs on the Rangers?
I do. Yeah. I don't watch as much as I probably used to when I played even, but we do watch a few games here and there, and I do check on the Rangers. Obviously, Eovaldi was with me in in Boston for a while. Great dude, love him, and I check on him. He's having a great year, and Nathaniel Lowe's a Mississippi State boy, so I'll check in on him. Just I might be missing a few guys there, but I do have a couple guys that I still follow pretty solid, and obviously the Rangers, just me having a career there, and that being part of my career, I guess. I do keep up with them, and I mean, obviously they're having a great year this year. It seems like they've put a good group on the field, and they're doing pretty well. It's been fun to watch.
I was gonna say, how would you compare them to the teams that you've played for? You got your World Series team, and then also our World Series team. Do you see them, anywhat similar?
I do. I feel like their lineup is very tough to get through. As far as offense goes, they're very deep. They've got some interchangeable parts. I feel like you don't lose much at all from the catching standpoint when one guy catches to the next. They're just solid. I feel like they have some average guys. They've got guys with pop. They've got guys that do both. Pitching is really good. It was unbelievable when DeGrom was still there, but having him go down hurts. But I feel like all those championship caliber teams always have a little bit of adversity they have to overcome, and sometimes that'll even bring teams closer. And I think once they do that, if they keep throwing the ball well and hitting like they hit, they've got a very good chance to go pretty far.
You'd mentioned Eovaldi. He pitched last night. I was kind of curious if you saw much of last night's game, specifically the nonsensical overturned call against the Rangers and Jonah Heim for quote unquote blocking the plate.
I missed it. I missed that one, but you can fill me in.
Well, so did the guy in New York who overturned the call. So you could have been the guy in New York, I guess, doing the same job.
Yeah, we're in the middle of College World Series at my house, so that's all that stayed on.
How are you feeling about TCU's odds in the semifinals then?
I don't know if I feel that.
Do you root for SEC teams? Because that's if you're Mississippi State, I'm like, but they were your rival. Usually A&M people don't root for UT people, vice versa.
Yeah, well, I root for SEC teams. Well, other than Tennessee, I didn't want Tennessee to do anything, but I think LSU is pretty strong, and obviously Florida's they're unreal too. So,
would the Rangers be foolish to pass up on this Paul Skeens if he was available in the draft?
Oh yeah. That guy wouldn't throw a minor league inning if I drafted him. I'd put him straight in the big leagues.
Well, look, we have Chris Young and Bruce Bochy on every single week, so maybe we could just replay that question and answer as we get a little bit closer to the draft.
I mean, the guy's average 98.6 or something, 99 on his heater. Are you kidding? That's going to play. I don't care where he throws it.
Man.
Now, Mitch, you're a big outdoorsman, right? You still hunting and
he's
and
mowing the
fishing?
lawn
Yeah,
right now.
I know mow the lawn too.
Are you in Mississippi, by the way, right now?
No. I'm just outside of Birmingham in Helena.
Okay, that weather's not that great either. I'm just wondering right now, going outside in Dallas-Fort Worth is not fun. Do you handle the heat okay?
Oh yeah, I mean I've obviously playing there. I think what was it, Holland? 2011 or 12, we had 43 straight games of 100 degrees there or something.
Yeah, every game was the night games. Every game was starting at 102 or something like that.
I remember sitting on the field at 10:03 or 11:03 or whatever it was, getting ready for the fireworks show with the kids, and it's still saying 102 up there. I'm like, all right, well, after you play there, you can handle heat, anyway.
Right.
So when you heard that they were building a new retractable roof stadium, are you like, oh, hey, thanks a lot for that, guys?
Yeah, perfect timing, guys. I'm about done. Y'all can put a roof on this.
Man, outstanding stuff. We appreciate your time, but we know you have to get back to finishing the lawn and catching up with your son.
Yeah,
so
I got to beat the rain, and I've got a few more weed eaters if y'all want to come join.
Yeah, I'll jump
it
right
sounds
on
like
it.
you're too far away.
Mike
Otherwise,
loves.
love-
Yeah, Mike loves that.
I think I want to be a grounds crew guy, but there's too many turf fields now. But I love mowing grass and making a nice yard look nice.
Oh man, I'm gonna stripe this thing up. You better believe it.
That's what I'm talking about.
You ever put designs in it? Do you ever put the Mississippi State logo in there?
No, they got to start playing better. I'll put it in here.
Okay, it's a deal. That will give them incentive. Thank you again very much, good
All
sir.
right, guys.
We'd love to talk
Yeah,
with you
y'all
again.
have a good one.
Bye, Mitch.
Colin, get well, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.